All right, everybody. I know that you're probably sick and tired of seeing me all week long on social media, on my stories, but I got a surprise visit here. I'm at the Mundo studio, and if you're just tuning in or watching me now, it's about 4:40, Halloween weekend, right before you know who's big weekend out, my friend Michael Myers. As you know, I'm going to dress up as Michael Myers, but I got a great little surprise. So I got a call from Jorge Flores, the Chief Engineer Officer of Hispanic Star Boston. And if you don't know what Hispanic Star Boston, I'm going to tell you in a little bit. And Sofia Corcho, ¿verdad?
Sofia Corcho.
Corcho, sí. La presidenta de Hispanic Star Boston. And now they're joining me here. I've kind of, what is it, swindled them or I've kind of convinced them.
Ambushed.
Ambush is the word. Ambushed. He's actually right next to me. You can't tell. Pero Jorge and Sofia, welcome to my world, El Mundo Boston. ¿Cómo están?
Alberto, thank you so much for having us. This is a great surprise.
Yes. The last thing you thought when you left today was you were going to be on the show. Hi, Jorge.
Alberto, ¿qué tal? How are you?
Good. So you know what? Before I start, or let's go, we did a piece on Hispanic Star Boston. I want folks to know this is a real interesting organization that just started here in Boston. They had their inaugural event at Doña Habana over where Nivea and our friend Hector. Tell me about Hispanic Star Boston, Jorge. What is this amazing new organization here in Boston?
So Hispanic Star Boston is a platform that will really commits to elevating, how else is a great way to say it? Elevating and promoting Latinos in the community, not just in the workplace, but celebrating our Latinidad across the nation. I didn't obviously come very prepared today, but the numbers are staggering in terms of our community nationwide and our contributions to this country going back to our own Civil War. So I think that's a great opportunity for us to really embrace our community. So to Hispanic Star Boston, our hub is really focusing on new initiatives. As Alberto mentioned, we are relatively new to this hub, but the national level has been around for about 3 years. And I think we'll expand a little bit on more of the things that we can do in a couple of minutes. But, really for us, it's an honor to be here. So thanks for having us.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, look, guys, you guys are on my personal Facebook. I just wanted such a new organization. It's great. It's going to grow. And for the history books, I want them to have been their first stop in Boston. So,
bravo.
Yes. Sofia, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
I'm great. Alberto, thank you so much for having us today. I didn't expect this, but I as always, take the challenge and show up and say yes. We are super excited with the Hispanic Star in Boston. When we start 2 months ago, we didn't expect the great results that we have at the end of Hispanic Heritage Month. Nationally, the Hispanic Star organization, their intent is to elevate the narrative around Hispanics, also to congregate Hispanics and unite their voices. And we just want to extend this message here in Boston. And so far, I think it's very clear, and I think we are conveying it.
Una pregunta para ti. ¿De qué país y qué ciudad?
Colombiana, orgullosamente colombiana de Bogotá.
Estamos llenos de colombianos acá en Boston. We just had a show in the Colombians from Medellín, from Bogotá. Muy bonito ese país. I love Colombia. Yo estaba en Medellín y Cartagena, pero me falta visitar Bogotá. Jorge, where do you hail from? What's a little bit about your personal journey to Boston?
Yeah, so I've lived all over the world. Well, not all over the world, but a good chunks of part of the world. I was raised in Miami. I was born in New Orleans. Father got moved to work to Cleveland, being from Mexico City with my mother as well. And one winter, my mom said, I'm out, this Cleveland thing, you need to finish what you need to finish, but we'll be waiting for you in Miami. So I was raised in Miami, and then I had the privilege to really spend a lot of time living in Europe, Switzerland and France, and working there as well, and then eventually making my way to Boston. So it's, at this point, 20 years in Boston. Yep. I've shoveled enough snow, been through enough Red Sox heartbreak and Patriots losses and wins and all the good times and the bad times. I'm definitely a New Englander.
Excelente. We've got another one on the team. Absolutely. So going back to Hispanic Star, this is another great organization that is actually doing something that's really unique. and at the Hispanic Heritage Breakfast. I wish we would have more time to talk about that, but it was such a crazy day. But we did do a story on it in El Mundo about the pledge, right? Let's talk a little bit about that pledge that you are asking CEOs to sign. What is this national ask that you're making?
Yes, Alberto. So the Hispanic Promise is a public commitment that the organizations are signing. It was launched in the United Nations 2 years ago during our Hispanic Leadership Summit. The intent of this promise is to make sure that the companies are elevating, supporting, recruiting, and promoting their Hispanics inside the organization. Right. We are planning to launch the Hispanic Promise 2.0, which is basically a certification where companies can now get all the content and support and credentials that allow them to say we are Hispanic ready and excellent. We know how to treat Hispanics.
I saw Jorge at Doña Habana, a lot of folks signing it. Could you kind of give us a little update on who's already committed and what they're committing to? Because I know that's exciting beginning list.
You literally just caught me going through my phone. So Sophia put together the impact report. Maybe you can open. Oh, you don't have your info. So we have an impact report. I believe we were, maybe Sophia, you were more intimate with the details, the finalizer, but we made a huge impact in the 3 weeks that we had initiated our inauguration here in Boston. Made a massive impact, and much due in part to Alberto and your network of business owners and professionals and CEOs in the community. But Sophia, maybe you can give us the exact numbers?
Yes, Jorge. So we have so far 30 companies that signed the promise across the industry. So we have companies in financial services, in healthcare, Latinos in biotech, El Mundo media as well. So it's incredible that in less than 3 weeks, all these companies decided to sign the promise because they are committed and they're confident that supporting Hispanics is supporting America, and that's the way to go.
Yeah, and even though Jorge, it's symbolic, but that it also has some meat to it, right? Because they are committing to some very important kind of tangible items, right?
That's just it. So, and I think it's also worth noting that it's not just the local communities. Your audience should know that Fortune 100s have already signed this. Mm-hmm. Perhaps our most vocal and strongest partner, mainly because of in-kind partnerships, is Procter & Gamble. But Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Google, I mean, the biggest companies in the world, specifically headquartered here in the U.S., where I guess the Hispanics is a thing, have signed on to this commitment. So we're very anxious, as Sophia was alluding to earlier. This year we'll be traveling to Davos, Switzerland for the World Economic Forum, where the founder of the We're All Human Foundation and the Hispanic Star initiative will pitch to the General Assembly and all of the attendees that the Hispanic 2.0 promise, as Sophia was alluding to basically make it a certification. It's by one part to hold companies accountable, but it's also an opportunity to give us a platform for them to build on, giving them the tools that they need to really elevate that, elevate their employees, their Latino employees. And, at the end of the day, during the Black Lives Matter movement, for me, it was more of all lives matter, right? So we take a special interest to Latinos, but I think this is impactful for all underserved or underrepresented communities in the workplace and in the arts and in the cultures and in sports, and making sure that, they're equally recognized as well.
Yeah. One of the things that we had talked about, and I was talking to a lot of folks, was specifically this, that tell me, and you could speak to these, both of you, because I know this is kind of what you guys do 24/7, is when we talk about Latino talent in the United States and the generations coming up, and our generation, right, is we're very eager and enthusiastic to participate in the corporate space, in the entrepreneurial space. Let's just even call it the system in the the capitalistic system of the way it works, right? We just want the opportunity, is what I've been talking to a lot of folks. Is that kind of where you see your membership across the country? Is that their kind of state of mind, is just give us the opportunity to work within this system, and not only will we make it work for our families, but it's good for America and the future of that. Is that not kind of what you guys are looking to do?
Not kind of. It's 100%.
That's definitely our mission. We want to make sure that Hispanics are allowed the same amount of opportunities that we represent to this country at the same percentage. So if we are 30% of the population, then that means 30% of opportunities should go to us. And that's what we want to make sure Hispanics get access to.
Yep. And I think the other thing too, Jorge and Sophia, we were talking about is the talent is there and the willingness to participate. That's, I think, where I'm going, right? I see that with the Latino 30 and the 30. You guys, obviously through Alpha and your prior kind of work in the community is we want to be part of this economic kind of system that works if you put in the time and the effort. But the invitation has to be not just given, but then we have to accept it and then work hard, right?
Yeah, so I think this platform, the Hispanic Star platform in general, is really coming down to us giving our community the opportunity to say, hey, I want my spot at the table. I deserve a shot. I'm the hardest worker, or will be amongst our hardest workers. I won't complain. I'll show up early. I'll do what I was raised to just from the values of our cultures and the way we are, and contribute to your organization. You know, for us, I'm an entrepreneur at heart as well. You know, I have a wealth management practice and work in venture capital, and there's nothing more exciting to me than to meet young founders that are really going to be marking the next kind of generation of, and there's nothing wrong with the honorable work of service providers, but that's going to be automated soon. So we need to make sure that our numbers are represented and that we vote first and foremost in our local community, so that we do get the representative voice that's commensurate to the population that we are and the contributions we make to the country.
Excellent. Very well said. Sophie, I know it's Friday and everyone wants to have a good time, and I know we gave them a little bit of substance on this fun social media platform. So I'm going to give you kind of the last word. Oh, I see something.
Before we proceed, I just want to say thank you for your support and for having us at the amazing El Mundo breakfast during Hispanic Heritage Month.
Oh, I sense liquor.
Hispanic Star.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday.
You could regift it to me.
I am going to oh, wait a minute. This is from my friends.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Tell me about this gift, which, again, I appreciate immensely. Even though I'm not a drinker, I do support local Latino business. Well, all local businesses. But tell me about this particular company. I love this family business.
So this particular tequila is actually made specifically for the Boston region. One of the co-founders is one of our co-founders here for Hispanic Star Boston. It's Real Cepeda Tequila.
Yep.
And it's a phenomenon. I do imbibe and I do enjoy my tequila, and this, I have to say, is some of the most pure and an excellent representation of what tequila is. So, you know,
it's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
And you're welcome to re-gift it to me. I love tequila, but no, but seriously, enjoy it. I think it's, even for non-drinkers, it's a good opportunity. This will not remind you of your college days if that's where it stopped. So
I'll give a little Michael Myers over the weekend.
And to add to that, Real Cepeda Tequila was the first company to sign the Hispanic Promise.
Yes. Very historic moment. I was there to see it, yes. And then we have a book.
Sophie is a co-author in that book.
Really?
And Oscar Cepeda is also a co-author in that book. So these are all of Hispanic Stars. So when Claudia put this book together, it was a collective of Hispanic Stars across the country, and this is an excellent book. You can get it on Amazon. There's 3 volumes, or the 3rd volume is actually in production. This is the second of the 2, and
so it's got little like bios on. Oh yes,
it's everyone's story and what makes them a Hispanic Star in our community.
So this is inspiring because this is what I've been talking about, and there's been many forums over the last couple of days for Hispanic Heritage Breakfast, Men of Color Conference, and the issue keeps coming up of, you know, what is the role of Latinos and Hispanic, especially within the conversation of this whole racial and diversity. And I keep saying, and I'll keep saying, while other sides bicker and fight, okay, I see us as say, look, we're here to work, we're here to do progress, we're here to move. Give me the opportunity, and we're going to move forward with this because we have an agenda, and the agenda is to move the United States forward in terms of all of these things, but we are the future. You know, you look at the numbers, and Latinos are going to carry the burden of elevating this country for the next 50 to 75 years. Am I right or am I wrong?
100%. So, you know, if I may use this platform for exactly this, is, you know, if you want to learn more about Hispanic Star, you can visit hispanicstar.org. For us, it's important that you know that we're a resource for you, for community leaders, politicians alike. We're an important platform that you want to be a part of. For CEOs, we're exactly the platform to allow you to put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is, and have the tools that you need to put this into action. So definitely, we encourage you. I think from the Boston site, Sophie knows the more specific details of our local website, but there's opportunities where we can we organize games with the New England Revolution. We will hopefully be bringing on the Boston Celtics very soon. The Red Sox, by way of El Mundo and Alberto, will hopefully.
We're gonna have to. We got to make sure the Red Sox are on there, and I'm sure they'll happily do it.
And I love that. And I think from the culture side, it's important that our people know that they have access to these museums. Like, these are world-class museums here in Boston. And did you know that the curator is a Latina?
Wow.
No one knows that. So I think it's very important to start.
Which one?
The MFA.
And who's the curator?
That I can't draw the name of.
Right. So we've got to get her on here.
We've got to get her on here. So I think these are important things that we need to continue to show our Hispanic stars and show, like, hey, we're a big deal. And yeah.
And Alberto, Boston is full of Hispanic stars, and we need to.
I love it.
We need to find
them.
them.
I love the way you said Boston is full of Hispanic stars. I love it. Well,
open this one first.
Okay, so there's more gifts actually, Juan Lucho, and I gotta appreciate this.
This one's very apropos.
Okay, let's see. Very apropos. It's in incredible wrap. Oh my God! Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Myers. I did not know.
But wait.
Now, how did you guys know this?
Wait, hold on. We do our research, but hold on.
You've been watching Facebook. It's the only way.
Mira.
Wait a minute. There's more.
This is.
I love this.
All season, Michael Myers.
It's a planter.
Okay, so it goes one with the other. Okay, so his hair probably gonna. All right, so this goes with this.
Sorry to your audience.
That's okay.
But this goes like this, and then that's what the little dirt there is for. So now it looks like.
Now I see. Excellent. Here. So you guys had no idea I had all this Michael Myers stuff here.
One of our founders, Jordan Villallon.
Oh, Jordan. Yeah.
But we've seen this. I've seen it a lot on your social media.
Jordan,
Sure.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Michael Myers, perfect time. When you guys walked in there, you must have been like, we got him.
100%.
Good. Oh, this was not planned. We didn't know this. Thank you again for the tequila. Thank you for the little Michael Myers planter. They call it planter, right?
Planter, yeah.
Planter. And thank you for stopping by. And I love to read. I'm still a reader. And this has, I love this because it focuses on Hispanic stars. It's got a whole bunch of short biographies. How many Hispanic stars in here?
99.
99. So this is like that, remember that, the binder that they were like, where are the Hispanics? They're in this book.
Yeah.
They're in this book. Oh, this is awesome. Okay.
And this is the beginning of everything, Alberto. And we are so humbled and honored to have you be a part of this.
Absolutely.
And
I'm pumped.
We graciously accept your offer to be on our board of advisors as we help to open up doors for more Latinos in the community. So thank you for having us today. This very impromptu.
In fairness to them, this was not, and usually on Fridays I don't do these more serious stuff. It's more like Saturday Night Fever, a little Halloween. But they visited. It was a surprise visit. I said, let's get on. Let's get this off. And I want a special shout out to Claudio Romo Edelman, because I know that he's the founder of We Are All Human, and I love his quote here. And the preface is by my friend Pudge Rodriguez, the catcher. Of course I know Pudge. Remember baseball? Yeah. But I interviewed him when he was a rookie with Texas and then Detroit and the whole 9 yards. Oh yeah, Pudge is a good guy. Okay, awesome. Amigos.
Gracias, Alberto.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend,
Alberto.
everyone.
Sophie,
Thanks for joining
Juan Lucho, thank you again. And everybody, stay tuned, because tomorrow night we are at Elixir in Methuen. We will be at the Halloween party, thanks to El Mundo and Remy Martin. And then right there. So come on by. It is the big Halloween costume party in Methuen, or in the Merrimack Valley. And then on Sunday, the brunch, which, good news and bad news, it's going to be a lot of fun. The bad news is it is sold out, But Estefani's restaurant, always support them. El Mundo and Remy will be there from 11 to 5 on Sunday. So just follow us on Facebook and you'll get all the fun stuff from there. Okay. Thank you, guys. Muchas gracias.
Alberto.
Have a great
Thanks.
weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.